don't even know why he jumped in the fight for real.
Yes, I do. You tried it with my daughter. It's not even no shade.
No, okay, so let me ask you this. So no, I want to ask the question. I want to ask the question first.
Love taps. He want to smash.
Girl,
Are you from experience?
okay, let me. So I'm trying to ask you. Okay, let me ask you this. Like I asked you, when you was coming out to talk to me, did you intentionally want to fight me or really talk to me? Because I'm trying to see how to get
I literally, before I came to you, literally came out my mouth and said,
so
because I didn't know
other.
it was. Hold on, I didn't know that it was KB that chopped you. When I found out that it was KB, I said, KB, oh my God,
I ain't never seen Lawrence.
No, that's not what happened.
Hold on, listen. This is what I said. I said, you know, Gucci child. I know I'm about to have to hear about this tomorrow.
I'm not talking about the conversation.
Right
I'm talking about between me and you.
Right?
I'm talking about the conversation
I'm telling you.
Okay,
listen. So right after that, they came to me and said, his boy is over here trying it with Lola. They gave me the story, and I thought it was you. I had 2 cups in my hand of the food. I put both them cups on top of the car, and I came and I said, "Yo, what the fuck is up with you?" Now you might have took it as me being aggressive, wanting to fight you.
You didn't say that.
More so the time that I was.
You ain't even say that.
You because you had done all. That is exactly what
you didn't. No, you said. Do we have a problem? You said, do we have a problem?
This is the part where the makeup sex starts happening.
Wait, Lawrence, I have a question.
Makeup hug.
Lawrence, you said, do we have a problem?
No, I have a question, Lawrence.
Lawrence, text me KB number. Text me KB number so I can ask him what happened.
You said what?
We went to Oakland right after this.
Are the girls not allowed to chop a Gucci?
It's not that they're not allowed to chop. But I just knew that the fact that he did and all of that transpired, I was going to get something about it.
No, brother, what you just said was that you were going to have to hear about it tomorrow.
I said that. I just said that again.
No. I'm telling you what I got out your statement. So clearly there's some type of alliance going on with the Gucci's and the Garçons where you all are not supposed to chop or y'all both. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
That's what I got, Mario. That's what I got, Mario.
No. No. Don't now one of y'all
bingo
or play them games with me tonight because we
bingo.
Can go ahead on and sit down and we can jump into all of that. Y'all do not want to play any of those games with me.
The Alliance show is
listen.
That bitch said take off to Oakland, bad girl.
Y'all see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all trying to change the subject because whether we had alliances or not, he still jumped in on me. So that don't matter.
Apology, right?
No, I don't want an apology. I don't want no apology.
You want your
he should never did it. He should never did it. Bitches was already jumping me.
Okay, so how do you want Lawrence to make it up to you?
Don't make it up to me.
They'll talk.
Don't make it up to me because he should never jump in it.
I'll make sure they talk. I'll make sure they talk.
No,
send my girl $500.
Snoopy, we'll talk later, okay, baby? You know I got you. Okay. Damn, calm down.
He said he want a round trip ticket.
No, he said he want a round with Lawrence. Hands, one-on-one. He want his arms. That's what he said.
No, because he getting the attitude, y'all. He turned red.
Okay, listen, y'all. Listen,
we're gonna leave him alone.
Hold on, y'all. Before I know y'all about to go to the other thing.
Okay.
Well, I really wanted to come up here tonight because I know Lawrence was gonna come up here, and Lawrence, I wanted to read the fuck out of you because why the fuck was you going off about that gender non-conforming girl getting chopped for face when she was presenting a drag queen?
So
hold on,
Harold, don't jump in. I'm asking because I know about gender non-conforming. You know, Prince always educates us and stuff like that. I do. I was in the House Lives Matter meeting with Prince and other gender non-conforming people as well. I know what it's supposed to give, but
what is this supposed
if you want to be technical, you really went off.
Yeah.
If anybody showed a clip or whatever of your daughter or whoever that was. The girl was presenting drag queen. I don't mean big RuPaul drag race.
Okay,
hey, son.
Let me finish.
You just told me you was.
Wait, oh my God, I don't mean RuPaul.
Hold on, Lawrence. Let her talk.
I don't mean RuPaul Drag Race. I don't mean like you know the fuck I'm talking. I don't mean all that. I mean she was presenting. I'm coming to walk drag face. So when the girl got chopped and Lawrence was going off and saying no, this is gender non-conforming, she looked like she was walking drag face, and she do had drag face. No shade. So I understand what the argument was.
Wait, Harold, let me answer this. Please. Please let me answer. Mahari, I brought her back because one, a drag can be gender non-conforming. You cannot, when I asked her what her pronouns are, what she identifies as, because GNC is not, no matter what she presents, she can have on a beard, she can be washed face, she can be anything. Gender non-conforming is what you identify as. You can't tell a person what they are. So if she was
you can't identify somebody as gender non-conforming based off their physical appearance.
Let me finish, Mahari. When I asked
that wasn't me. No, that was my son. Respect him, Demario.
Okay, so when I asked the question, do they see her face? Because clearly people didn't understand what gender non-conforming was. So if they saw her face, that's why I brought her back.
Who the fuck is this?
Lawrence was just random raving, but I actually know what GNC is. So
okay, Demario, you took control. We know. Can we?
This was the thing. No, but what Demario is saying was exactly what I was saying.
Correct. It is.
My thing is you cannot. That was I was trying to tell them. The people have to get educated before they're trying to say what things are or what they're not. Literally, it's about not being in a box. So why are you trying to put them in one? And you're already sitting up here trying to say, I have a whole house full of gender non-conforming people who present in many different ways. And so it's not a set way. And what I already don't want to see Ballroom try to do is to put gender non-conforming people in this thing where they have
not going to box us
like presenting
you got people in your house that gender non-conforming
simultaneously. Like that's not what it is.
Okay,
Lawrence, can I say something? I understand what you're talking about. I certainly understand what Mario's talking about and what you are talking about. All of that is very true. But you have to understand this is something new to Ballroom. This is a new category to Ballroom. This is a new concept of GNC. It's a new concept for Ballroom in itself. And when someone is presenting in the space, that's normally one of a drag queen, that's what they're going to ordinarily go to.
No. I'm gonna have to disagree. Let me tell you why I'm gonna have to disagree. Can I tell y'all why I'm gonna have to disagree? Because the category was specifically gender non-conforming face. So when she came out there for that category, it should not have been questioned. It's simple. Because gender non-conforming does not have a physical appearance. So now on the flip side, I can see if they
gender.
Right, exactly.
Okay. GNC, it's a GNC face category.
Let me know when you're done.
We already stated that GNC is not a realness category. So you don't have to meet a certain bar to be gender non-conforming. This is how you identify. If a person identifies as gender non-conforming, that's how that individual identifies. They could be a cisgender. They could have been born a cisgender woman, a cisgender male, or they could have transitioned at some point. However, how they identify is how they identify, and anybody can't tell them otherwise. At the end of the day, do they have faith or don't they? That was the category.
So what you trying to say, like Africa?
Okay, we're moving forward. Thank you to DC. Thank you to Temple Hills. Thank you to Las Vegas. We are
wait a minute, Harold. That's my son. Don't disrespect him, okay?
It's fine.
James, say what you was going to say.
That's why I don't come over here with these fucking gender non-conforming hoes. I don't come over here for this tired ass, old ass panel anyway. So they better be lucky I came over here and grace them. But y'all go ahead and move on. I'm over it now.
First of all, I didn't know that James was talking. Go ahead, James. What were you saying?
I lost my train of thought. We're gonna move on to Oakland.
DC was really a good time, by the way.
It was. I had a nice time.
Yes, let's focus on the positive things that happened in DC. Did we talk about all the good stuff?
We did DC already.
We did while you were
for an hour.
Bitch, I was eating.
He always cooking for the trade.
She still ain't showed the food either. Go ahead.
Mario, I like that new Vogue film that y'all brought out. Stay out my yard.
You said what?
Demario, I like the new Vogue film that y'all brought out. Stay out of my yard. Oh,
I love the House of West. Let's go.
Allegedly.
Hey, Mario.
She had hit it.
Yes, he
okay.
did.
So J-Rock set the table that some people didn't go to the ball in Vegas because there was a ball in Oakland. They were going for of the year points. There were people that drove from LA, came across the bay from San Francisco, came down from Seattle and Portland to Oaktown, and at the ball ended in conflama, confusion, this and that. And I don't even know if we even know who won what at the ball. But unfortunately, when the smoke cleared, there was 2 members of the House of Ebony with slices in their face. Y'all saw the picture of one person. If you had the other person, we have a person with a dislocated shoulder, and Ballroom is upset because there's just a lot going on and people want to talk about it. Different people said they were coming on the show. I saw Tick Tick breeze through. I don't know if he's still around.
Let me get him in here.
I know Uncle Mike was talking about he was going to come on the show. I saw Marlon in the comments. I know that the Gucci's put out a statement that they weren't really saying nothing, but we're here to talk about it. So apparently, I'm just going to say what was alleged, this and that, whatever. Apparently, there was a ball going on. Fee Ebony, is that the right name?
Fee is Garçon, right?
Fee is a Garçon.
No. Okay. So what's the Ebony? Who is Corey arguing with?
Casanova.
Felicia.
No.
Okay, right.
No.
So
Felicia.
I didn't know the drag name. I'm sorry.
Felicia.
So I'm gonna just say Pink, because Pink is gender non-conforming. So I won't offend nobody. So Pink.
There you go.
Pink and Corey. Corey's position in Gucci as Corey's mother, California mother.
West Coast father.
West Coast father.
West Coast father. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Look, hey, titles are titles.
Divine is the mother.
Okay, Corey's West Coast father. So very, there was some words back and forth, very between the two of them. Apparently, from what we got, anybody's more than welcome to come up here, correct whatever. We got some empty boxes. We got people disappearing. So we're gonna have more seats. So Casanova, who is an Ebony leader. Anybody want to fill in? Role, title. Casanova.
West Coast father.
He's the
West Coast father.
Okay, West Coast father, West Coast father. So the West Coast father of Gucci was having a spirited debate with Pink about
disrespect.
Hold on. A spirited debate with Pink about a child. The conversation was elevated, so Casanova, the West Coast father, went down to approach the situation. Check on his member, kind of see what was going on as whatever. Okay, so they're down there. Now they're turned into a war of words. From our understanding, that turned into eventually being a fight inside. And per what people said, Corey was wound up on the ground. His shoulder got dislocated. Some people say people jumped on him. Some people say security jumped on him. We don't know. The fight goes on. People eventually go outside, whatever the case. And then some way, somehow, we have people stand by machete. Now, so I just gave y'all the recap that everybody gave. We can add people in here who can fill in the blanks, this and that, whatever. Let's see what kind of guests. We know that Arnold is on the West Coast. They haven't totally investigated. Now, okay, Arnold's not on the West Coast, but she's on the West Coast. She's on the East Coast, but she's West Coast. They have, he's a part of the people that are adjudicating the situation. They have not fully, got all details. So I'm not sure who wants to come on. I see Brandon, you kind of jumped in here. If you're coming up, you're more than welcome.
Can I just say this? I just want to say this. Kind of working in the ER off and on. When you dislocate your arm, you can't move.
That's not true.
It's really
Well,
no.
you can't move.
You can't move. You're right. It's really, it's very, very painful. Let me correct myself. It's very, very painful. So I just want to say that much.
Right. You definitely can't wield a machete.
Right. That's the confusion. I don't know. Let me not say that. I don't know.
It's
just confusing.
My legendary girlfriend. I want to know why is there a gag order? Like why? Tana, can you tell us why the Ebony's and the Gucci's can't talk about it?
I care not to share that either. I care not to share that either.
I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know who some of these people are in the queue.
Bring them up.
Bring Michael Haynes up.
Who's Deshaun Novell? You supposed to be in the queue? Capable one. You in the queue? Speechless.
What's the name of the people?
Speak. Oh, well, I'm bringing Mike Haynes up.
Hey, Junior.
Speechless is Cage.
He's not gonna talk about it either.
Well, I'm gonna bring Mike Haynes up because Mike Haynes said he can talk about what he wants to, and
he could give his opinion, but it's something we're not going to discuss.
I could fill in the miss parts of the story, maybe.
Okay. Hey, how y'all doing?
Who's that?
I'm going to say why. I'm just going to.
Mike Haynes.
I'm going to answer part of it, but what you said, a gag order. This is what happened. This is what adults do. Adults don't go on Facebook and start automatically accusing and going crazy and saying inflammatory shit like, oh, jump all this and we're going to attack that before you get your facts. What adults do is when you hit me up in the morning, Harold, at 3-something, I had just gotten into the hotel from DC, from the ball in DC, and I looked over at my phone and you sent me a text message explaining to me that Casanova, check on Casanova, he had gotten hurt. And I contacted my leaders out there. I contacted Isla. Little Meech had hit me up and told me what had taken place. So the first thing you do is you go to find out what happened. And you get to the bottom of things before you start inflaming your house members. And that becomes the problem. It becomes problematic when you don't get to the bottom of things and then you go through bits and pieces of what people is telling you. And then you go out and you jump to Facebook immediately and social media instead of finding out what the hell happened. And so what we decided to do, I contacted, reached out to Marlon, and I reached out to Jack, that we were going to sit down and we were going to talk. Because at this point, this is a legal issue. This is Bigo. This is Ballroom. That has nothing to do with the law. This is a legal issue. Let's not get it fucked up. Someone wielded a machete that had no business in the ball and came out and attacked 2 people. I don't give a fuck if it's blind rage or not. That took place. That's real. That's factual. This is not innuendo, or maybe it happened, or maybe it didn't happen. No, what happened, there's blood in the parking lot. Ambulance, EMS had to come. Dabrian had to stop the bleeding, had to clot one of them from bleeding to death. That was what was real. Let's not get it fucked up. Let's not make this a sensationalized, who did it, who didn't do it. Let's stop with the game playing. This is real. This took place. But that's a legal issue. So because it's a legal issue, let the law handle that. Now, my only concern was as 2 large houses, prominent houses in Ballroom, how do we move forward from here? That was my concern. My concern was not all the extra minutia, because that's a law, that's a legal issue. Police is involved. We ain't got nothing to do with that. That's why the gag order is on. Because if I'm a Gucci, I don't want to say something that could be used against my house member. If I'm an Ebony, I don't want to go and say something that might cause a little bit of a problem, for my members. So therefore, we put a gag order in place for that reason. My concern is how, as a community, when these things arise, and we put ourselves as the councils, as the judge and jury, moving forward to safeguard our community, are we being honest and we being fair in how we handle this? Keep the personalities, the likes and the dislikes out of this bullshit. When you are assessing the damage that is being done, you better get it the fuck right. Because you don't have room for error on this. You get it the fuck right. You assess the damage, because Pink will be wearing that scar on her face. I don't give a fuck how many skin grafts and how many plastic surgeons she goes to. She's going to have a scar on her face for life. And you know what's going to be worse than that? Is that every time, even if they graft it all out, every time she sees her face, she's going to see that scar.
Yep.
And every time she goes and she closes her eyes or wakes up in the middle of the night screaming, she's going to see that man coming down on her face with that motherfucking machete. That's real. That's not sensationalizing like, oh, this is just da-da-da. No, this is real. And when we allow this to happen, when we allow this type of behavior to happen and we let it go unchecked and just pass it over as 3 days later the news cycle's moved on to something else, we have minimized the impact so that the next time it happens, we won't even care. So it was a knife, a machete this time. It'll be 3 people shot dead in the bowl, and we're just coming to the next bowl. So this is where we are at now. Get it the fuck right. If you're going to counsel this and mediate this thing, then let's do it right. Let's not fuck up. Okay, we'll do it. We'll make adjustments the next go around. No, we can't make the adjustments the next go around because that man did just what any of y'all would do. Your members being threatened. What are you going to do? You're going to get your ass up off that chair and you're going to walk over and say, listen, hold on. You're not going to put your hand on my member. And that warrants you getting socked in the jaw? So let's not get it fucked up. Let's not reward bad behavior with a slap on the hand and say, you know what? No, let's not do that. Let's not make it happen like that. Because real people in this scene who have been in this scene for more than just 10 years have seen it. I come from a house that shut ballrooms down. I am a representative of a house that went over and beat people the fuck up if you voted against them. So I'm not immune to this. But reality is this: we have evolved. We have stopped doing that. We have changed because I don't do that. I've never been a fighter. I've never been one of those people that go around here beating people in the heads and all the rest of that shit. That's never been me. So when I took control of the House of Ebony, the House of Ebony adopted my temperament. So we became a little bit more peaceable. That talent went to the floors instead of it being a brutal or fighting thing. So yeah, it's going to take some time for people to, get over or get past that. But at the end of the day, if we're going to evolve as a community, it cannot be you vote for me out of fear. It can't be you respect me. To hear somebody tell me, well, you know what he gives. I don't know why he got up and went over and approached him. What the fuck? He's not Jesus Christ. He ain't God. Who the hell tells me that you can't approach somebody because of the fact that he might lose it on you? No, baby, wrong place. Because if you have somebody representing your organization that can't control his temper and is liable to go crazy at any drop of a dime, then you shouldn't have him representing your house. End of discussion. Point blank, period. Let's stop playing around and skirting the issue. You're not going to sit here and say, oh, you can't approach him. You can't approach him. Oh, please don't approach him because he might lose it on you. Get the fuck out of here. You must be crazy. And I wish a motherfucker would tell me I can't ask you what the fuck you did.
That's why I carry my gun.
I don't have time for it. I don't. This is ballroom. These kids didn't join the House of Ebony, didn't join the House of Gucci, didn't join the House of Balenciaga because they was joining a gang. They joined because they wanted to walk and win trophies. They moved to the houses that they think is going to be more beneficial for them to get that stardom that they're looking for. This is what Ballroom is about. Put my talent on the floor and let's take it from there. We are competitive houses. We are competition houses. So therefore, I expect a little bit of animosity between camps. But we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this, and we're not going to pacify shit and sweep it under the rug. And that's where I'm upset. This is where I'm inflamed about. I have nothing against the Gucci's. I have so many close friends that are Gucci's. Sounds a little bit like I got black friends, but I got so many friends that's Gucci's. I don't have nothing against them, and I hope they have nothing against me. But I am not going to reward bad behavior with mediocrity. You can't do this. This is Ballroom, and the decisions that you make will reflect how you really feel. How you really feel. I'm not bringing no other houses incidents into this. I'm not bringing none of that nonsense because at the end of the day, y'all all know what it is, and y'all gonna stop it because you're sending the wrong message when you sweep shit under the rug. You're sending the wrong messages out, and I don't want to see that. I spent over 34 years, going on 35 years in Ballroom. I snuck out of my house, snuck out of church. I snuck out of stuff to come and be a part of a scene that made it so that I could feel like I belong somewhere. That I felt my little inner desires put me there.
Hold on, Mike, 1 second. Divine, we see you. He's talking. We're going to bring you up. We see you.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. At the end of the day, this is about going out and having fun and enjoying ourselves and putting the talent on the floor. Not to be sitting here dealing with sitting here with our friends that we've seen at the ball all mutilated. That shit has got to stop. And we're not going to tolerate that. That's not cool. That's not cool. So where we are moving forward, yes, we're moving forward in that direction that we can sit here and mend fences with each other. So we can move forward so that this situation should not happen again. So therefore, no, we're not talking about the legal issues of this ball. No, we are talking about what we can do to make this shit better. How we can work together and how we can get past all of this dumb shit, this minutia shit. We have to get it right. Because I wouldn't come to this scene. I'm be honest with you. I wouldn't come to this scene if this is what I'm going to, if this is what's going to happen and that's what's going to be expected. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Uncle Mike, and hope that you stay up here with us to offer any counterpoints to whatever Divine, if Divine says something that you want to counter. I need a seat. Anyone volunteering their seat?
My good girlfriend.
Take me down.
Maharia, move. Be quiet, please. Thank you. Divine?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, the icon Divine Gucci. Mike shared his point. We're giving you the opportunity to kind of, I don't know how long you've been here listening, but here's an opportunity for you to kind of share what you want to share, and then we can kind of address whatever questions or anybody want to make statements. We can go from there.
Well, I haven't been on long. I just got a call that, the conversation was coming up and it felt one-sided. So, I mean, this is a very sensitive subject for one. We definitely do not condone the extent of how things turned out. But I feel like we all have to be responsible for our actions as well. So many things played up into that last part that we keep getting stuck on.
that could have been turned around so many different times. And it just wasn't, and it didn't. And it escalated and escalated and escalated into something that just turned out to be horrifying. But
Devon, were you at the ball?
Just asking. No, okay, I wasn't there. I was no.
All right. So Devon, let me just ask some questions because I've seen posts, I heard what Mike said, and okay, so you put up a public post to say, Gucci's attack or something to that.
That is not what it said. What I said was,
hold on, baby, hold on. I was paraphrasing. I said something to the nature of. Okay, so you can speak to exactly what it said, but there was a post up suggesting that there should be attack by the Gucci's on the Ebonies. At the point that you made that post, like what information did you have on what had transpired?
That was some Donald Trump shit. Okay. Anyway,
no, I mean, let her
talk.
Give her.
I was at home. It was like 2-3 in the morning. I just so happened to be looking through my phone. We got a hit to the Icon group. Oh my God, they just tore the ball up. I had no idea who, what, where, whoever it was. So I'm like, oh my God, let me call Corey and him and see what happened up there. I called the phone, and as soon as I called the phone, Corey didn't have his phone. Somebody answered his phone and immediately turned on the FaceTime, and I just see a bunch of people fighting. I don't know who is who, what's going on. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like, they turned the phone on in the middle of the melee, and I'm like, what is this? So I'm like, who the hell is fighting? I'm asking questions, and it was just like, Corey just got jumped inside the ball, and now they're jumping Jakar outside. I'm like, what? I'm like, who's jumping Jakar? The Butch Queens are jumping Jakar. Are you serious? So I'm like, what? They're jumping Femme Queens? And then what happened inside with Corey? Oh, him and Casanova, they got into it. Corey swung on Casanova. Mike jumped in. The boy Fly jumped in. And it turned into a whole melee with chairs and tables being thrown before the slashing or even any of that even happened. All that transpired inside. And then they came out. Everybody rushed outside. Corey was the last person in the building from what I was told. And they were waiting outside for him in the street. So going back to what I said, when I had first heard that Jakara got jumped, I immediately, what the fuck? Like, y'all jumping Femme Queens? Is that what we doing now? Like, then it's on site. If that's what we doing, then we definitely want to have to tear some shit up because that ain't cool. Not knowing the full story, I definitely said that.
So let me just ask this really quick. Because I have your post. Someone sent me your post, so I'm going to read it. Your post said, so you got Butch Queens attacking my Femme Queens. This means war. No one will be saved. Period. It's on you. Better fucking hide. Release the Gucci's on-site hoes. So, like, I mean, you are, okay, not only are you representing the House of Gucci, you are, like, one of the most prolific leaders on the West Coast and in the country just because of, like, I understand the emotions of the situation, but I mean, kind of putting up a response like that only pours gas on an open flame.
It did, mind you. Yes, it did, but mind you, like I said, it was totally emotional. Like I feel for my girls. My daughters, I mean, outside of being an icon and supposed to be imperfect, I'm a friend. I'm a friend and I'm a mother. And I have very deep emotional ties to my people. So to know that somebody very close to me was beat up, jumped, I'm not there to help, break it up, do anything about it. Yes, I lashed out online. People have a problem with it. I understand it. I'm human. There's nothing else I can tell you. It was done, and I've seen much worse done and for much lesser. What? So, being that was said, when I was told through actually what was going on, I took it down to stop the incendiary value. That post was up for not even 3 hours.
Right.
In the middle of the night. So, you know what I mean? It definitely, once I talked to Party, I was like, let me take this down. But yes, in the heat of my anger, just hearing that my kids got jumped, I immediately said that. That's all I could do. I was sitting at home in Los Angeles while it was mayhem in Oakland.
So yes, I did say that.
Okay, I mean, I hear you. I don't, I disagree with, I disagree with the actions, but clearly at this point you disagree with the actions and realize that,
But I'm
that's
human.
not the
I'm
right
human.
course.
It's definitely not. But I'm human, and we're not gonna sit here and act like we have not lashed out or said something in the heat of passion or the heat of emotion.
Right.
Period. We've all done it.
So Harold, can I ask a question to Divine? Hey, Divine. Sure. So
hey,
Divine, so was it true that your femme queens or your female figures was being attacked?
Yes. Yes, it was. They definitely got jumped. Corey got jumped from what I was told. Corey. Okay, well,
hold on.
You know what?
Hold on.
You asked me a question from what was told to me. Yes, and it was confirmed. Yes, from not people that were not Gucci's. It was people in the audience that confirmed. Corey got jumped. Corey swung on Casanova. They jumped him. Corey's arm was dislocated. They got the best of Corey while his arm was dislocated, and then waited for him outside.
So okay,
is what was told to me.
Okay, so I hear you and I understand, and anyone else that's in the House of Gucci that feels like they want to come up here and kind of share their perspective, feel free to do so. I will clear a spot. I am going to go.
I'm not saying that I feel that the violence and shit is okay, because I really don't. Nobody wants to get to anything to that point, but I mean, all parties are not innocent. I feel like all parties were guilty. Yes, things got very ugly, but I feel like the parties were guilty.
I hear you. I hear you. And okay, as individuals that go to functions, okay, we already know. First of all, ballroom is a competitive arena. So people already have heightened emotions, this and that, whatever. I understand that it was a dry ball, so there wasn't any alcohol there. But that does not mean that individuals didn't partake in any type of substance prior to. So, when you have that mix of competitiveness and potentially substances or any type of, emotions that people carry on the, sometimes, it does lead to a volatile mix. So I think that, to say that everybody plays a part. We know what we go into when we go into balls. We know that as a judge sitting on a panel, if you chop somebody, they're not going to just walk away in good spirits. They may feel away. Real quick, I want to go to Pink and allow Pink to kind of share. Can you walk us back to the point where, what happened with you and Corey prior to Casanova coming over to prompt y'all to get into an argument that Casanova need to come intervene?
Before you say that, this stuff did not start at that ball. This stuff started 2 weeks before that ball.
Okay, okay. Let me just say this. That is not a justified reason. Okay,
it's not to justify it, but I'm saying the story is not being completely told.
Let me say this. Okay, if we know certain things walking into something, if we know that there's a level of tension, then we go in and we govern ourselves accordingly. If we know potentially I'm going to a city, they may be shady. Okay, y'all, this may happen. Or if you know that you in a house is not grinning, or you in a person, then you kind of move in a way that doesn't allow things to escalate to the next level. But let's give Pink a minute to talk here.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna skip straight to the point. I walked hand performance. I was the first one to walk. I got chopped. Other kids came behind me. They got chopped. It was an OTY ball. Corey then says, "Open up the category." Everybody on that panel looked at Corey like he was crazy because y'all just chopped everybody that walked the category. So why would you open it back up to chop them back again? So I said, everybody said no, and I said no. He then looks at me and to myself, "Your performance gave lackluster." And I said, "That's fine." Then he says,
I was expecting you to do something with your titties or something. You know, you was a female figure. I was expecting. I said, well, I didn't want to do all that. You know. Then he goes to say, you need to walk one category and stick to it. I said, no, you walk one category and stick to it. He said, you a hard ass bitch. You a hard ass bitch. So at that time, somebody grabbed me because I was walking kind of towards, but I was already at my table. People lying like I was in the middle of the floor trying to argue with him. I was standing at my table. So then when I turned around from Tony grabbing me, um, I didn't even hear Corey said he'll slap the fuck out of me, but I heard when I reached out to other people and people reached out to me that was sitting on the judge's panel, they all said that they heard Corey say that he would smack the fuck out of me. That's when my daddy got up and said, no, you need to calm down because you're not going to put your hands on my kids. When I turned around by that time, Corey swung and hit on my daddy. Quazik, Gorgeous Gucci, jumped up there, helped fighting. That's when Mike jumped in. By the time I got up on the stage, security guards was up there with their guns out. People was all up there breaking up the fights. Ashley, DJ Spider, Shay, Pack Rat, all of them trying to break up the fields to fight. Everybody wants to say I picked up the chair. Yes, I did. Did I use it? No, I could have thrown it. Corey's sitting right there. Quasi sitting right there, right in my face. We like 4 feet away from each other. If I wanted to use the chair, I would have used it. I did that out of anger. Y'all fighting and trying to jump and do all this. So then they say end the ball is over, everybody get the fuck out, get the fuck out. I was trying to say we was outside waiting for y'all to know by the time I got outside, Corey already had that machete in his hand. I'm walking around with a duffel bag, Adidas bag in my hand. When I look around, he's swinging it at my daddy. I'm looking for Mike to see like where the truck at so I can put my bag and stuff down and try to help my daddy. By that time, he'd already sliced and cut up my daddy.
Wow.
He then turns around and see me and said, "What's up, bitch? You was talking shit too, wasn't it?" I said, "Yes, I was," while I was backing up. He said, "You know what? I got a bitch for you." And that's when he told Jakira to jump me. She had a champagne bottle that everybody had on their table. Tried to throw it at me, but threw it past me. And then we begin to brawl. They break it up. She then runs at me again, trying to fight. We get to fighting again. People jumping on me. All I feel people hitting on me and stuff. All of a sudden, I feel something whack me against the face. My daddy then dozed on top of me and was like, "Let go, let go. We gotta go. We gotta go." We now standing on the other side of the street with my gay child and my house member. We sitting there in a circle talking about what just happened. I'm still looking normal, feeling normal. They look at me like, girl, do you know you're like your face is gashed open. They like ripping my son's shirt off of him, trying to wrap my face up.
That is crazy.
And yeah, we got rushed to the hospital. I never
Wow.
seen. I didn't know because my adrenaline was up.
Oh.
I've been fucked up my arm at the with the pop life ball. So when I got to fighting and people jumping on me, I fucked up my arm even more. I can't even raise my left arm by itself.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, who's in box 4?
Me? Why?
Who are you?
I'm just how can you say it?
Bitch,
I'm
get
not
the
part of
fuck
your
out.
group or any.
But yeah, that's what happened. We was at the hospital, and the judges, I mean not the judge, but the doctors and stuff looking at my face said this cut is like 7 inches long. It's literally from my eye to my lip.
And then she said they hit you. It would have went closer. You would have not closed your eye. Could not been able
Yeah,
to
I
close
had
your eye.
from hitting the nerve in my face that helped me close my eye as he was stitching
Wow.
me up. I don't have nothing to lie about. I'm not a violent person. I don't get angry over chops.
Never have.
Never have, never will. Cause I've been watching Ballroom for so long, I understand how it goes on. I even posted videos of me getting chopped multiple times at a ball, and I just continue to walk off. Even post a video of the about me walking realness at the Phoenix was the Rising of Phoenix ball, and everybody can go on my page with Corey calling me hard, making fun of me as I walk off. So Divine told me something. This happened 2 weeks. I live in Atlanta. I flew out to Oakland to attend this ball. Whatever y'all had, whatever issue y'all had before then, y'all could have left me out of that.
So you don't stay there?
No, I live in
No, but
Atlanta.
she's competing for points because she's a contender like that.
I'm the West Coast of the year for the drag. So my daddy helps me get plane tickets and stuff to keep my point and keep me the years and stuff being consistent.
No, I understand that, and I mean I understand that. But when it was just said that it was when I was listening to what she said that it's something that's been going on for a minute, so you had nothing to do with it
Nothing to do
at
with that.
all.
I never had a problem with Corey. The last ball we had, um, I actually spoke to Corey and hugged him. We had a little conversation. He was like, the last little ball you didn't do your best. I want you to, step out every time and do your best because I know you that one of those girls. So for him to, just lash my face like that.
So you in Atlanta now? I just want to get this straight.
No, I'm still in LA.
That's just said you had to go back home like that.
Fucked up.
So I think that what I'm saying. I do want to say this first. I'm sorry that this happened to you and Casanova. I hear I hear people. I hear when people say, "Oh, they thought this was going to happen." I think that if you feel you're going to a space
That's
like there's a ball
crazy.
and you really got to carry weapons, then maybe you should stay home. Seriously.
Wait a minute,
Right?
Harold. Wait, Harold. I'm sorry. Do your parent? Did they see your face? Do your parents
Yes,
know?
I FaceTime my mama and my daddy. My parents didn't even know. They called the hospitals calling around because people in ballroom are contacting my parents.
Wow.
The hospital brought on and my auntie Tasha called me. She's a nurse down in Mississippi. I'm originally from Mississippi.
Okay, I'm sorry, Harold.
No, I'm just saying. I think that Okay, let me just say this. I think, everybody that has a house, whether you're a leader or you're in an organization, the people that are part, you know, you have a connection with the people. You may like them, you may love them, they may have been with you for a long time. But how I look at things is when something like this happens, when someone makes a decision that is so only focused on their emotion in the moment, you don't care about the organization. You don't care about, the community. You clearly don't care about the other person. You don't care about ballroom overall. Because the reality is, like, while there's a whole legal aspect that Corey has to deal with, Pink wears these scars for the rest of his life. People that are there are traumatized by this. People that are in the House of
Right,
PT that have absolutely nothing to do with this now bear the brunt of being a part of something that's going on. For an individual such as Jack, who is one of the founders of the house and one of the most prolific individuals in all of ballroom worldwide, now you have this attached to your name when you are trying to do so much more on a professional level for yourself, for the scene.
I think Divine's trying to get back up, Harold.
Okay, I'll bring her up. I mean, I'm going to finish my statement. Milan, I see your hand, but I'm going to finish my statement. We're at a point where ballroom has shaken a lot of the misnomers or the stereotypes that we have drug around for decades, to the point that corporations are putting money to ensuring that we can move our balls to better venues. They're supporting our efforts. People are able to take their talent even